All right, hello everybody. Welcome to our next lesson, Reform and Pressure in the Middle East. This is for our unit, or the unit, Age of Imperialism. So our objectives and standards: to analyze the effects of growing continental Egypt and to identify the pressure for change in Persia. Take a moment here to look over the standards if you would, please. Now, desired result: what did the Middle East do to respond to imperialism? So in response to imperialism, as other Middle Eastern countries saw the Ottoman Empire decline, remember we looked at that the previous day, they realized they had important decisions to make. Many countries in the Middle East felt that maybe if they modernized, or they tried to modernize, that they could help defend against imperialism. Maybe European countries wouldn't be interested in colonizing them. Remember, one of the main reasons for imperialism was to modernize countries that European nations felt weren't up to standard with their own. Now, countries could remain the same and also become consumed by European countries, however. So Egypt modernized. Egypt made the decision to become modern to defend itself from European control. Now, this is because, for one reason, that both the French and the British had showed interest in the area around the Red Sea. And the Ottoman Empire had sent Muhammad Ali, that gentleman's picture right there, to govern the area, but he soon broke away and gained more territory. Muhammad Ali actually made other reforms to Egypt that are going to help modernize Egypt to try and keep European powers away. So economic changes for Egypt. Muhammad Ali made the decision to move Egypt to the agricultural production of cotton. Now, the main reason for this is it allowed the country to enter the international marketplace. It also took some farming away from the peasants and required them to grow cotton instead of food, which kind of had a negative impact on Egypt in general, but overall, it does allow Egypt to become a more modern country in moving towards agricultural production of cotton, and allowed Egypt to enter the international marketplace. Now, the Suez Canal. So Muhammad Ali's grandson decided to continue with the modernization of Egypt. Ismail, that gentleman's picture right there, worked with Europeans to build the Suez Canal that connected the Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea. Now, the problem with this is Ismail is unable to recover from the expenses of the canal. You'll see the building of it down there, and because of this, eventually the British will take control of the canal and Egypt in general as well. So Egypt tried to modernize, to try to keep Europeans away, worked for a little bit, but unfortunately the British will take over Egypt in general. Now, there's also going to be some pressure in Persia. Russia and Great Britain turned their eyes to Persia as well. This is where we think of modern-day Iran and Iraq today, if you can think about that on a map. Persia had already conceded some land, or given up land and territory to Europe already, but the country was also unable to support its own resources economically. And because of this, it gave European companies the right to operate businesses in certain areas. So there's going to be a tough fight over tobacco. The government and its citizens disagreed over European control in the country. Many Persians, especially religious leaders, were against European influence in the area, and riots actually broke out when the Persian leader, that gentleman's picture right there, Nasir ad-Din, attempted to concede, or again give up, tobacco rights to a European company in the late 1800s. There was also a boycott that worked to prevent the concession of the tobacco rights in Persia. So again, there's also pressure, as we can see here in Persia, to turn over some things, and they're going to also be forced to kind of conform to what the Europeans want them to do. So our closure: what did the Middle East do to respond to imperialism? Think about some of the ways they tried to modernize. Think about how they maybe reacted to Europeans trying to take control of them, and that'll help you answer your question. All right, so I hope you have a good rest of your day or evening, and I'll talk to you soon.